Only a silly 1 hour late, hey? Oopsie poopsie. As they say, oopsie poopsie. Yippee. Let us see if today you lot will be able to actually take my head off my shoulders. I have high expectations of myself that I will keep my head. But if you manage to surprise me, hell yeah. At that point, good. And do it now, do it good. Chop this head like you should. It did not rhyme quite as well as I had hoped. Also, I just did make food. So we will be starting off relatively slow, as I will be nomming on these fucking... What are these even called in English? Toasties? Toasties of some sort, yeah. But let's see. How does this now work? Because we already have a game under us. Do we go continue game? Yeah, Plagulandia Dynasty, Monarch Relictus II. Honestly, my hair is quite a snazzy young man. I do wish you could actually modify how the air looks. Because that was what we looked last time. Well, I guess it's fun, hey? I'm sure chiefs, counts, or grandees will provide me a suitable fiancé that we get to get our lovely dark hair back. I do like the eyes though. They are very 1,000 miles there. But we'll be chilling here for a while before we get at least one in everyone, which might take a little while. However, that is fine. I get some time to eat. This game is good, however, needing all of the participation is always a little rough, eh? It's great when you start the ball rolling, but... And at the same time, I don't want to put myself in there again. But if by like 10 over we don't have one in each, I will put myself in a remaining one. No. Yes. I will be putting myself in there. If we don't have enough people by 10 over. Why, hello there, Russian bastard. Hello, hello. How are you doing? But obviously, I will not abuse my beautiful maiden. Where is one of those, huh? What the huh? That's a notification I didn't expect to get. Not the follow, but thank you very much, Russian bastard. I do appreciate you very much. What? That is quite something I wasn't expecting on this day.
Lizard.
How am I? Oh. I think I know what's going on. Let's go offline there for a moment. Let's modify a little bit. There we go. Up. There we go. Now with that should not happen again, hopefully. Anyway, to join the game, type exclamation mark join. There we go. Oh fucking, I forgot to exemplify the pronouns. Such as he, she, they. There we go. I'm gonna ignore the fact that I accidentally fully capsed he, but that's fine. That is entirely fine. Oopsie poopsie. I want to now see if the flag restriction came over on phone as well. That is. Hello, Lonkero. No, it didn't come here. Intriguing. Hey, let's go. Sundial Slayer. Ooh. Well, aren't you looking snazzy? God dang. Hell yeah. Well, we have now 3 people, and it is exactly 10 over. As I was saying, if we don't have 1 on each by 10 over, I would put myself in. Thankfully, I don't now have to. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. We can actually begin the game. Oh, the introductions happen still, even on game 2. Let's see, how are y'all's stats? Holy, counts are looking good, other than army. I think best all-rounder might be Grandee. Fair enough. Let's go to coronation first, I guess. Meet the new boss. You continued your dynasty for the first time. Alright. Fabulous. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your parent. But now it's time for you to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. I love how from the last time. Actually, I should be on here this time around. I need to actually. There we go. That's better. Should get changed into my waterproof robes then. Because last time I was thrown into the river immediately by the council. But hello Rona, hello Eltonator. Cancelo is your goat? Hell yeah, that's based. Merry Chrysler to you as well, Rona. And hello Moody. It may be for the best. Shall we call the nobles in? And as per usual, I will not veto the first vote. It is all up to you how the first coronation goes. Yeah. Oh? I was about to be like, hold on, is this gonna be a tie? So close. We almost had a blood oath. I'm gonna be struggling because I'm on mobile. That is what it is. Remember my loyalty. Let's see. So chiefs have garnered some favor already. Very well, very well. In the river, it is decided the monarch will be thrown into the river. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out of the Dreadwater River, to the Dreadwater River, hurling you into shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the bank soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places a crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? Now that you are the monarch, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Let's see, Chiefs of the North. Goddamn! Hey Moody, thank you for the 7 stream streak, and Longero for the 3 stream streak. Hell yeah. Absolutely based, absolutely based. Chief Longero Hattu, Good luck with the days ahead, your greatness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Honestly, not gonna lie, I would kill longer Arceus. Goddamn. What a beautiful man. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. I was dismayed to hear your parents passing. Honestly, Sandile. Goddamn, you look good as well. Ah, it's the Stinky. May the ninth God bless your reign, your highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. It is the Stinky Rona Rosemary. Honestly, I feel like the character... Oh, alright, I need to move chat for this game. I forgot about that. That is my bad. Come chill here by the fire. Actually, I think here is better. Not sure. We'll see. We'll adjust as we go. But Rona's character is so extremely appropriate because it has the Twinkies features, however, also a grey fox. The best of both worlds. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your parent fought so hard for? Path to victory. Spy master, my beloved. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your parent being out of the picture, nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Let's see. You know what? We'll go for Peacekeeper. Stability. An admirable aim. I suggest, over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. You have a head start on stability from the river? Yes, and... Listen, if I'm going to be dunked into the river, I at least deserve a little bit of a reclamation from it, you know? Let me move myself a little bit. There we go, that's better. But hey, end of season 1. What are y'all's teams looking like? Lagertha of the Lonkerohatu clan, eccentric northern god speaker, stands precociously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as in a trance. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter monarch like the second. How do we make that happen? Well, Lonkero, what do you want to try to raise? All over. I do love how one of them is just hornblower. Blow my horn, baby, let me know. I will give a few minutes. After all, this is a very slow game at the start. And if by 22 over Again, 2 minutes. We don't have a vote from longer. I'll decide for them. It gives me too good time to eat. Nom nom.
El Tornado just followed.
El Tornado, thank you so much for the follow and welcome on in. Welcome on in. I appreciate you very, very much. I believe in a situation like this, if there is no vote, I get to pick between... the... what's it called? Options. Hey, Dark Black, hello. Hello, hello. But it is 2 minutes over 20, so voting has closed. Oh, it goes RNG. Okay. I mean, fair enough, I guess. So many grandies, that is actually insane. That is genuinely insane. Oh well. The chiefs plan to replace the monarch closest advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove the current advisors are doing a bad job. To advance the scheme, chiefs must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Grimwald of the Sandale Slayer dynasty, well-known Eastern bird breeder, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch relictus too. Where's the crown? There we go. What will it be, Sundial? What will it be? What do you want to do? Should probably sleep and take a shower, yet here I am. At least go take a shower. You'll feel much better afterwards. Ascension, lower own faith. Finally, at long last, a game where the counts don't try to go for possession. Oh my goodness. Heck yeah. The counts plan to induct the monarch into their secret cult and offer them immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Seen positions so many times, want to see the order their schemes? Honestly, that is perfectly valid. Genuinely, I have not seen any other scheme other than possession for them. Melchor of the Dark Black lineage, a well-known southern prodigy, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. A false pretender occupies my throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it go unanswered. Well, my grandee folk, what do you want? That is probably the least sumo thing that I have ever seen. But that is also a very fucking good play. That is also a very fucking good play. Because I too work off of stability. Everyone took stability. Everyone went stability. Man, that sucks for the count. Oh lord, that's gonna be a rough game. Stability is the best ability. Amen. The Grandees plan to hold the monarch hostage in their own palace. First, they must lull the spymaster in the false sense of security. To advance their scheme, Grandees must raise the stability to 5 or more. Yeah. Hey Counts, I'm willing to work with you. Oh, sorry, Chiefs. I'm willing to work with you to lower the stability. Actually, wait, what did... Right, Counts were... Again, 3 people are working off stability, and then there's one person like, yeah, boy. Genuinely, the false pretender might have the best shot so far. Okay. We'll be adopting the reverse. The reverse. Honor God. Disquiet in the south and an invitation. Let's go see the south real fast. Grande Rona Rosemary. Your Majesty, my peasants accuse me of hoarding wealth. Me? Worse, they're throwing down their tools and burning their belongings, saying they want to live an aesthetic life that I should do the same. Hello, Nakabrat. Hello. I wish I could do that. You and the peasants finally have something in common, but they don't want to be pinned down by worldly possessions, but burning them is quite the overreaction. The ringleader of this movement is a philosopher called Ortega. She calls herself a voice of non-god, and the peasants hang on her every word. They'll be at my door any moment. How should Ortega and her anti-wealth followers be dealt with? Honestly, I don't want to interfere on this vote. You lot get to decide fully. How will Ortega be dealt with? Ooh, some drama. I do also very much love how the East is saying, hey, just fire the troublemakers. We have good people. Come over to this side. Very well. Fire the troublemakers and hire new servants from the east. The Count welcomes the extra cash for their use of the peasants. How much did you get out of that? 300. Well played. And Rona lost 300. Well, that's... But meanwhile, more and more southern servants discard their positions to follow Ortega's teachings. House ruling? We have pretty much just started. It is very yellow heavy so far. But how you doing, Galmas? How you doing? How was Risk of Rain? I saw you playing it. And congrats on your first solo win. The Honor Guard. One evening you're sitting up in bed reading some paperwork when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber, as bold as brass. Hello, your mage. Glad I finally found you. This bloody palace is a mess. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Oh, name's Rolf, your mage. Pleased to meet her. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea for you. What if a gangrene could be cured with moldy bread? I haven't tried it yet, but I got a good feeling. Before Ralph can explain further, your marshal bursts into this bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm so sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the palace watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder? I kinda wanna see what Jarl will vote. No, I want to hold a vote on his proposal. Whatever you say, Your Majesty. She goes and gathers up your council, who trickle into the hall in their pajamas, rubbing sleep from their eyes. They don't look particularly pleased to be woken up. Should moldy bread be used to treat infected wounds? Yes, and the pilot program will be the south, pilot program will be the east, pilot program will be in the north. No, this is incredibly stupid. I'm going to veto the stupidity. I want to fucking see how this goes. Please, go ahead. Vote. Y'all are pinning it on longer? Damn. 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 3-0. I believe in your strong immune system. And God must I believe in you. You will get that Diablo strike. Should moldy bread used as... Man, that's so fucked up. Under Ralph's close supervision, injured northern warriors eat moldy bread to stave off infection. To everyone's surprise, it works. The northern military is soon fresh and healthy, and the new medicine is rolled out across the kingdom. Success of his idea notwithstanding. Your Majesty, if that peasant had been more been a maniac with a crossbow, I dread to think what could have happened. One thing's clear from this mess. It's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe. Not like this pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries, they'd be loyal to coin above all. I feel like because North's army is so much better off now, especially after the moldy bread incident, I think I will hire the North. Bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all. That's fucked up. But the honorable and in a fight unbeatable. Yes, I've made my decision. I await your verdict with a bated breath, Your Majesty. Northern warriors! I will make the arrangements at once. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger with a big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your courtiers faint. Weak. Weak. An invitation. Hey, Longero. Your Majesty, this year we will be holding the Winterfest in my clan hall. It would be an honor if you could attend. Winterfest, what's that? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, singing, stamping, drinking and drinking, Your Majesty. All will place in the coolest time of the year as the snow buries us in, but you won't need to wrap up in warm. That's what the whiskey is for. That's not great. Honestly, I feel like, yeah, I look forward to it. Ha! I can't wait. Winterfest is a special time of year. You'll see. And that brings us to the end of season number 2. End of turn. Buildings auction. Everyone take a quick look on what you would want to actually buy. You have your money over here. And on the extension as well. However, the extension can be a little bit fucky at times. So, take a good hard look, and I will open the auction after this one mouthful full of food. Let's get to it. Fund D for 300. Observatory. Resigning faith. Fund E for 100. Getting more stability. Stability would be reaching 10, aka maximum possible. Absolutely cementing that grandees can move on to the second part of their plan. Remember, you can vote on several things at a time. You can even do 150 to disregard Grande's vote. Sundial Slayer. Single-handedly being the biggest contributor to everything. That is beautiful. Did you... were you able to do that one? No, okay. I was about to say, like, does one work? I'm actually quite curious of that. Because 10s work, why wouldn't singles? Imagine the chat is going a little slow and you could just fund something for 1 coin. That would be absolute cinema. Pardon, I had to blow my nose. Let's see. Stop the presses. Grandee Dark Black. Your Holiness, an anonymous firebrand in the south is spreading most inflammatory pamphlets. They are casting aspirations against you. What's new? Something very different this time. They're not just calling you a bad monarch, they're criticizing the very concept of monarchy. This is republicanism, and not in the Kurth, but in our very own kingdom. What should we do? Trying to participate in a mobile sucks? Yes. Yes, unfortunately. To that I can all but only say, yes. It is very rough. But let's see. How should Council respond to these dangerous Republican pamphlets? Track down the printers responsible. Anyone carrying such pamphlets shall be killed on the spot. Forbid the using of presses altogether. Allow pamphlets to circulate. I'm going to give my monarch vote the track down because stability is 100, so it would work. Okay. No republicanism to be allowed. Very fair, very fair. Oh, didn't mean to double click that. My bad. I will find these troublemakers, Your Majesty. Rest assured. The spymaster is as good as her word. It turns out the printer responsible is a rogue professor kicked out of Yale University for anti-monarchist thought. He smuggled a printer press out of the university to make matters work. I think he was funded by the Republic of Kurth. The troublesome professor is put to death and the printing press thrown into the river. For now, you sleep easy. Though scholars can be killed, ideas can't. For the first time, people across the kingdom seriously contemplate the idea of a republic. But for now, it remains a fringe fraction of rabble-rousers and radicals. Ooh. Hey, the cult spreads. Alright. There's a problem with the followers of that southern Ortega. Her teachings have spread to the east. Oh! Ortega seems to be an antagonist and a half. Worse, she's getting stronger. She's performing miracles, healing a woman's broken arm with a single touch, curing an old man's blindness. All over the east, the lowborn are throwing away their goods and cursing the counts for their greed. They're clashing with priests, even starting brawls in the streets. Every day, we lose more workers to this cult. I don't like the scene. Just for the fact I don't want to use that much money. Nah, it's too early for me to start vetoing. Go ahead. How can this cult be contained? Join with the church to officially denounce Ortega. If Ortega's performing miracles, he must be recognized as an official member of the church and have Ortega assassinated. I mean, with a 50% chance. Let's see. After a week, the Archbishop reluctantly issues a proclamation stating that Ortega and her cult is a legitimate branch of the Church of the Ninth God. Her followers are delighted. And hey, authority challenge succeed. You want a 50-50. Fair enough. Grandees are swimming in faith. Your Majesty, it's important for you to find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liability of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, man, woman, or do you not mind? Any? Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out a messenger to see most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Grandees and Counts, definitely not an alliance I expect this run. Yeah. But alliances crumble as fast as they form. Well, with that, Season 3 comes to an end. Let's see. Gunmas, you can still do the golden portal. You don't have to pick up the golden item that it drops. You can still go there and kill it for XP and whatnot. You don't have to pick up the item. Or you could even scrap the item. Let's see. I think we just keep everything at common tax. Everyone's been nice. Can't use beacons or super rockets? Ah, well, that is a very valid reason to not go. Anger from the church in the south. I want to see this play out. Your Majesty, about the troublesome philosopher Ortega, I must protest you allowing her teachings to run unchecked. And her miracles are unorthodox at best. How can we allow what is effectively witchcraft to flourish at our ranks? Not to mention that she keeps complaining about the supposed church riches and saying we should give them away. So which are they? Miracles or witchcraft? What are they? I must express my displeasure with the utmost urgency. We wouldn't want the High Inquisitor to get involved. Are you threatening me? Motherfucker. Church, you're about to get fucked. Don't extort me. You must make Ortega welcome. Yes! Archbishop storms out in a huff. Later he conducts a public ceremony to formally bless Ortega and her followers. Oh, I fucked the East with that. He just about keeps it together for the ceremony, and Ortega is impeccably polite. Her followers praise Monarch for their open mind. Oh, that's rough, buddy. I'm sorry, Slayer. That was... Such devastation was not my intention. Eligible options. Okay, guys, listen. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Make it up to me by marrying a count. We'll see what you bring to the table. The council leads you to the Great Hall where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright, let's see the eligible candidates. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Frida, firstborn of Heir Northern Longerhattu clan. They're your typical northern lad, big, brawny and honest. In the same way an axe to the face is honest. I like Frida already. Strangely enough, for a northerner, they're an enthusiastic convert and worship of the night god. People say they nurse a grudge, though. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Desmond, the eldest son of Eastern Sundial Slayer dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting him to smile for this portrait. He lost half the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately, which is curious because he's obsessed with his family's legacy. Intriguing. And finally, from the south, Ophelia, the eldest daughter of the Sumu Petrichor lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Like many in the south, she claims to put her faith in the night god above all worldly concerns. She's tried her hand in a number of ventures, though they all seem to end in a disaster. Not bad at all. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I honestly really only liked the northerner because I've already married the brooding type in a previous game. The brooding types are boring. They are so incredibly boring. So yeah, we'll go with the Frida northern candidate. Frida of the North. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Defiance can't go lower. And which is even better, because we're going to the Winterfest right after. After weeks of leading your baggage train along perilous mountain roads, you finally arrive at the snow-swept clan hall of Chief Longerhattu. The hall is crammed with all the chiefs of the north sitting cheek to cheek along tables groaning under the weight of food and ale. Welcome, your majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat, grab a drink. It is customary at Winterfest to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? What did I bring? Honestly, casket overflowing with sapphires. This is far beyond what was necessary, your majesty. I will forever be in your debt. Now I can afford to repair those blasted roads. Hey, Bonsley, hello. Welcome on in. Trade is now opulent. Hell yeah. After that feast lasts long into the night. Fire roar, the bards sing songs of old days, and lake of ale is consumed. A couple hours in, you are a little merry. As Winterfest draws on, the snow piles up outside the doors. The mood in the house turns raucous. Your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall leading the entire hall in a song. Is this a red game again? No, it is not. I am not within the noble list. It is not rigged. And hey, you got into the Chiefs. Nice. The Chiefs roar alongside you, full-throated as you sing the stirring battle songs of the North long into the night. Next morning, Chiefs are scattered around the hall, groaning and nursing their hangovers. Your own hangover isn't too bad, but the thought of the voyage home makes you wince. You bid farewell to Chiefs and begin the long, perilous journey back to the capital. Always the house always wins. Shh. No. I would never. Up in the north, Chief Longerohatto is hosting a grand fest at his clan hall. The kingdom was supposed to be chaos by now. Chaos! Instead of everyone getting along with each other. It's disgusting. Aye, we can hardly argue the monarch's advisors are doing a bad job when the whole kingdom turned into one big picnic. Chief's aim is to lower stability 4 or less. Hiding from the church. In a tiny village far to the east, 2 counts meet in a derelict tavern. No one dares to even glance in their direction. I received a letter from the Archbishop today. His eyes are everywhere, and he's more powerful than ever. We can't lose heart. Soon he'll bite off more head than he can chew. The Count's aim is to lower faith to 4 or less. Okay. Ooh, stop the count is fun. Stop the count is fun. Oh no. A city in flames? In the east? Oh no. Your Grace, there's been a terrible fire in the city of Zvestos. Where once there were buildings, there is now a field of smoldering ash. Dozens of serfs have died. What happened? Warehouse was storing lamp oil unsafely and in an immense quantities. The owners were in the middle of haggling over prices when one of the merchants lit his pipe. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear your city's gone up in flames. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Treasury too low. Cannot rebuild in stone. Damn. And I am not allowing my treasury to go to 300. So we will not be rebuilding. Well, What should be done about the burnt down city in the east? Offer no help or introduce warehouse regulations so this can never happen again. Yeah, what did I say about those alliances crumbling as fast as they spawn in? Look at the grandees offering no help. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe that. Don't light your pipe. Wow. A grande would deny the people their simple pleasures in life. Wow. You send word to the counts of Suestas that they will be expected to rebuild their own city without the monarch's help. Blood and stars, what is the point of having a monarch in the first place? Not my issue, honestly. Your wedding to Frida is naturally the talk of the realm. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm attend. For a week and a day, capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in the Saint Bernard Cathedral with Frida at your side. Do you take this person as your lowly feathered spouse? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. After a wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast ends, your new spouse Frida delivers a short but heartfelt toast expressing wish to get to know you better. By the time you find yourself alone with Frida, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. I miss the north. It's too warm down here, and people don't twist their words. They say don't, and people twist their words. They don't mean what they say. I'd much prefer the rule from the north if I could. I can see why. Everyone down here speaks in circles, insulting each other without really insulting each other. I don't know how you stand it. You get used to it. I suppose you weren't born into it, weren't you? You had no choice but to get used to it. After finishing the last of the wine, you head to your separate bedroom chambers. It seems your spouse is happy to take their time to getting to know you. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that, fancy. Oh, Rona complaining again? Bite the 90s is not to be born. Grande Rona Rosemary brandishes a crumpled hat. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Oh, thank you. I think that's mine. This was left on the edge of my estate by the group of counts on holiday, along with a huge number of empty bottles of wine. They scattered picnic baskets everywhere, trampled my crops, and sat around bonfire all night. My horses were terrified. Now I know the culprit was Conte Sundial Slayer and their dissolute idle friends. We were just enjoying the prosperity and taking a break. Those clear skies, the shining sun, what a nice change from the east. You should be flattered that we're so eager to visit. Flattered? When the counts come to our lands, all they do is cause trouble and destruction. Wow. The alliance between counts and grandees is crumbling fast. No more holidays in the south. The holidays can continue, but counts must be granted as a generous sum. Carry on as usual. Grande Rona Rosemary is angry over nothing. Encourage the counts to holiday in the north instead. Yeah, honestly, I will leave this up to y'all. How will the holidays? Yeah, of course. Money hungry, shaking my head. Ooh, hey, Baldassoli, let's go! And 3, 2, 1, continue. Voting tied at 1. Yeah. Encourage the counts to holiday in the north instead. If the south is being the way they are, why visit them if they don't enjoy your company? Many counts accuse the north of being too cold and inhospitable to have fun. The chiefs take this as a grave insult, getting into a heated argument. In the end, counts do give in and visit for a few weeks. They arrange a few banquets but soon head home, complaining about the climate. I mean, holy shit, chiefs are rich. Chiefs hold almost as much money as the rest of the people combined. That is insane. Well, end season 4. Outwitting the spy master. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grande, a dark black, strolls through his vineyard in a company of few close friends. Our plans are going better than expected. Spy master thinks that all is well in the kingdom. Thanks to her lack of attention, I've amended wording of the oaths our soldiers swear when joining up. Now they proclaim their loyalty to the night god rather than the monarch. Things are proceeding better than I ever imagined. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. Indeed, Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the Watch are another story. If Monarch can't pay them, they will look money elsewhere. For the next stage of the scheme, the Grandes must lower the treasure to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Very well. Such is the standings. Oh no. Oh no. Hello, Bonsole. Your Greatness, the North has been stuck with a plague, and not just any plague, a dancing plague. You lame motherfucker. Explain this to me. It affects everyone, even dogs and cats. We don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Whole villages are dancing themselves to half death. What should be done about the dancing plague that has gripped the north? Guaranteed the affected villages has a law that forbids dancing. Let it be. How bad is dancing anyway? Well, go ahead. Walk away. In reverse. Well. How am I being a tyrant? How the fuck am I being a tyrant? Genuinely, what the fuck have I done? Huh? Honestly, we'll grab the authority buff. No more dancing, bitches. Didn't you throw the printing press in the river earlier? Oh, that was not me. That was the chat's vote. That wasn't me. I am entirely innocent of that. The peasantry and nobility are unhappy with the new dancing ban, which has earned you the moniker of the maudlin monarch. Worse still, it doesn't slow the spread. No matter how much one is flogged or fined, they continue to dance. Soon your bailiffs are dancing along with them. Dancing queen, young and sweet, only 70. The good work. Hullo, Relictus, I've had an idea. What is it? My people back in North are not the most religious in the kingdom. Unlike me, many still cling to the old pagan traditions. Problem is, with all this foreign priest coming up north, no one ever listens to them. I think a message came from one of their own, it might make a difference. You want to become a preacher? Not a preacher exactly, just an ambassador, I suppose, to show them what it means to be faithful, adherent to the Ninth God. Will you give me your blessing? Go forth and bring the good word to them, my love. Thank the Ninth. I'll make the preparations immediately. Royal word spreads fast that the royal concert will tour the north. Thousands flock into towns and villages where they plan to stop. Once they arrive, Freda gives a series of impassioned speeches to the locals, pleading with them to abandon their heathen ways. It strikes a chord. The Archbishop happily announces that church attendance is rising all across the region. Okay. Hello, Suzuki. Join here. Hey, we finally have a second count. Let's go. Let's freaking go. An invitation. Without a word, Count Suzuki. Fucking immediately in the game. Fucking frame 1 of joining. I'm here, bitch. What up? Without a word, Count Suzuki hands you a blood-red envelope. It is sealed with a white wax shape of a skull. Inside is beautifully written invitation to the event called Crimson Vigil, due to take place on an autumn night later in the year. What is this all about? I can say no more. You must choose whether you accept the invitation or to decline it. This will totally not give me a stupid ego boost. I suppose I'll attend this event, whatever it is. I will see you next vigil. Next at the vigil, Your Majesty. Fucking wording weird. And thus comes to pass, Season 5. We are at an auction yet again, ladies, gentlemen, and NB babies alike. Remember, you can't do anything about me right now, Grandes. Stability, that could be rocked here a little bit, or risen even. Faith can be lowered. So the two that you really want are prison and observatory for chiefs and counts. So, go ahead. Start bidding. A merry Catmas to you as well, Trishikins. Hello, hello. Oh, you can build by a 50. That's insane, actually. That's insane. Fucking one of the richest, actually, not even one of, the richest motherfucker being a cheapskate. Oh, we have a C&E building right now. BC. We have 20 seconds on the clock. Do we want to try to make something happen here? Or are we just letting them run rampant? Oh, you can fund by just one. You can. That's insane. Well. Oh. Aqueduct. That's rough. Well, stability goes down by 1 yet again, and farming goes up for Grandes. The stability has almost come down enough. It was too highest, That's all good, it was your first auction after all. That is all fine and dandy. Crimson Vigil dancing fever about your air. Let's do air first, because it's the most boring one. Your marriage to Frida has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough. You made some good memories together, but there's no spark. They care more about the Ninth God than your happiness. But the spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they are a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. Honestly, the Empreg is happening. Ah, the traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange you the take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Let's call him Sparky then. Let's go see what is happening with the dancing fever. Chief Bonsoli stands before you, hopping frantically from one foot to the other as he speaks. The plague, your greatness, it's spreading. Why, I think I've been affected myself. Where did you learn those moves? And now is not time for just your majesty. You need to do something or we'll dance ourselves to death. This may look fun, but trust me, it's anything but. Well, we can't hire a wizard. Order the nobles to hide in the castles and wait it out. Infect the nobility as show of solidarity. Honestly, I'm going to make this into a fast vote. I don't care what it is, just do it fast. Boat. Fair enough. It's too late to contain the plague and everyone knows it. As uncontrollable dancing spreads every corner of the kingdom, royal proclamation is issued ordering members of the council stay indoors at all costs. Damn, everything took a nosedive. By the time it has run its course, even the hint of a jaunty tune spends an average peasant into a frenzied panic. Dancing at weddings and other social events sees a sharp decline. Except among the nobility who were shielded from the disease. Eventually having a good rhythm becomes a status symbol and dance-offs are now the new staple of upper class function. Oh, that's beautiful. Dancing at weddings, those animals? No longer. The Crimson Vigil. The Crimson Vigil takes place in a bleak castle atop Eastern Hill. Your journey takes weeks, and your baggage train keeps getting stuck in bogs. Quests at the Crimson Vigil complete on who can dress in the most ghoulish and frightening costume. What did you dress as? Okay, I can do this. By 50. The red dye makes your skin itch, and your hoof-like shoes are difficult to move around in, but you strike a startling figure. As you're assessing your appearance, Count Suzuki swoops in dressed in as a living corpse. Welcome, welcome, I see you're dressed as one of the servants of the seventh god. How delightfully blasphemous. Please remember to stay in the upper levels, the dungeons are out of bounds. In the ballroom, you find counts gathered all dressed up as frightful monsters, wolfmen, pumpkin heads, witches. A waiter glides past, holding a tray of canopies. A pianist plays a mournful tune. Crimson Vigil begins at midnight. What role will you take? A mourner, or are you willing to portray a hound of the betrayer? Considering drawing my avatar in Count's outfit? Hell yeah, go for it. Hell yeah. Can you tell me more about these roles? Surely you are familiar with our customs, your majesty. If you are unsure, you should stick to being a mourner. Well, I will just play a mourner then. Your ceremonial role is to stand among the other mourners and wait for the hounds to catch the monarch in exile. After that, just follow what the other mourners do. Good luck. Counts gather after Count Suzuki delivers a short speech about remembering the old ways. A flaming crown is placed upon his head. I will be playing the monarch in exile this evening. The hounds of betrayer will try to catch me, but fear not. I am swift as a falling star, and old as the hills. Stand among. Suzuki runs down the corridor, flames licking behind him, pursued by dozen counts in monstrous costumes. It's a bizarre sight. I'll just wait. Half an hour later, Suzuki is dragged back, his crown still smoldering. One by one, the other mourners drop to their knees in posture of worship. Do I bother you? My authority would take a hit, so I won't. The Count murmurs in shock as you stand stubbornly, arms folded. Ceremony concludes with a mock execution and a bottle of very expensive red wine spilled over Suzuki's head. After that, the music is more cheerful, counts dance and chat along into the night. At dawn you board your carriage and begin the long journey back to capital. Okay. Honestly, a neat little thing. But it is time to enter season 6. Meanwhile in the south, the Grande Dark Black has invited his closest associates to his manor house for some wine and cheese and treason. Some of our bribes have been accepted, but not enough. The monarch is paying Palace Watch well enough that their loyalties aren't easily swayed. So we have some of the watch in our pocket. Isn't that enough? No, not yet. We can't make a move until we are sure we won't be discovered. The grandest that goal is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. I feel like I need some money. I do think I need some money. I don't think I need that much money. Nah. I swear the fuck? What's up? You're still in the common tax bracket. You are still in the common tax bracket. I just tax the rich. Because these people have so much money that they can afford to give some back to me. I am, after all, just a innocent little guy. Oh yeah, absolutely. I fully expect anything pretty much to be just... what's it called? Roleplay. Miss doing that. Hey. Longero, I have kept my favor with the North. I have kept my favor with the North. Because you were kind to me in the beginning. However, and actually, you are close to actually being able to do your first scheme. I even married a northerner. Let's see. Comet sighting. Oh, comet sighting. A blood red comet was spotted in the night sky over the south, Your Holiness. The peasants are calling it a terrible omen. Common folk are words on panic. Is there anything we can do? Hmm. 95% chance. Oh yeah, you're absolutely welcome. I just gave you the verified role, so you are actually able to do stuff in there. Honestly, tell the church to dispel such baseless superstitions. Hell yeah. Priest of the South preached that the comet is actually a good omen to the new interpretation of the obscure cluster of stars. Okay. Fortunately, the church is trusted enough in the South that peasants believe their pastors. Comet is celebrated as a sign of the night god's favor. Poor bastards. Poor bastard. A tasty innovation. I don't mean to exaggerate, Your Holiness, but I believe I have pioneered the most incredible invention in the history of mankind. I was hosting a small party, playing cards with some old friends. I called a servant to bring me something to eat that was both tasty and convenient, as my hands were occupied. What my servant brought back that evening will change the world forever, Your Highness. Sounds like your servant invented it. Yes, and he's my employee, so I owe the idea. It's only fair. Behold! They hold in the air a plate. Atop the plate 2 slices of bread, with a piece of meat wedged between them. It allows the hungry noble to consume 2 slices of bread plus meat all at once, saving valuable time. Meanwhile, the bread serves as an impregnable barrier, preventing one's hands from being besmirched by meaty juices. Ingenious. Naturally, since this is my invention, I propose we name it after me. In a few years' time, I expect everyone to be enjoying a nice Rona rosemary for lunch. No, it's a sandwich. It's 2 sliced breads and meat in between. So it is the invention of a sandwich. I need to take a fucking screenshot of this and send it to fucking Stinker. Fucking... Rona. Anyway. But naturally, this innovative cannot be made available for free. Every time a Rona rosemary is consumed, I expect a small royalty payment. Buff woman has been posted. Ooh, let me go see. Let's see. Where. Ooh, hello. Goddamn. She'd make a fine northerner, she would. Very nice, very nice. One-time reward? Ew. Anyway. Begin voting. There we go. Now the voting has been started. Oh yeah, the voting's reverse. Oh no! Fuck! I thought I would get away. Fucking Suzuki was fast enough. So reverse voting is the two here are now tied at 0. More votes something has, the less it's going to get actually prioritized. So, it's a very shitty thing of me. I do love the reverse though, because it's like, what do you mean I didn't vote for that? What the fuck? Break the tie by selecting one of these options. No, Rona Rosemary's are too delicious to be controlled. Servant should be rewarded instead. What was his name again? And finally we do it justice. Fuck you, Noble. We are awarding the one who actually deserves it. God, he wouldn't have invented a snack if I hadn't especially requested for a convenient meal. Despite a grand error on Rosemary's protestations, the servant has been brought before you. Ain't no way! Hello, your majesty. Most people call me footlong due to my large feet. This motherfucker has a large cock and invented the sandwich. What the fuck? Footlong. I like the sound of that. We invented Subway. It is decided henceforth this innovative dish shall be known as footlong. Footlongs prove a massively popular luncheon. Bakeries spring up across South. Experiment with new ingredients. Turn out you can put almost anything between two pieces of bread. So we have footlongs. That's beautiful. Mercantile compliant. Your Majesty, the richest merchants in the north have bribed the chiefs to give them exclusive charter. They now control all the trade of the wool and tallow, the north's most valuable goods. This is a monopoly. Your Majesty is scamming the public by fixing prices, pushing smaller traders like me out of the business. Something must be done. No one that cool is allowed to exist in this country, well, except for me. Thankfully, they were of grandees and you were of counts, so technically not the same country, but the same kingdom. But yeah, should council help the small merchants of the north overcome a regional monopoly? Monopoly? It just sounds like good business. Demand the treasury get the taste of the bribes? Declare exclusive charter null and void. What the fuck? The fact that there's actually I'm okay on. Okay. They're speaking in tongues. I feel like that might be indeed a kitty cat on the keyboard. No, that's funny as fuck. I know I shouldn't say that, still call a priest. Yeah, you of all the people shouldn't, considering you want your faith to be lowered. Huh. Declare the exclusive charger null and void. Okay. I mean, works for me. Works for me. You order soldiers to break up the monopoly, accompanied by even more fearsome threat, lawyers. The charter is declared illegitimate. Merit thieves lose their investments. Smaller traders in the north flourish once again. Prices return to a sensible level. Common folk rejoice. Yippee! And that is the end of season 7. Ooh. Swing votes. I like that. Quickly gonna sketch the counting. Hell yeah, you have fun. Let's see. Fossil unearthed, an infestation of crawlers. The crystal pox. Crystal pox seems like the most. Did you eat my sketchbook? I was hungry. I'm sorry. Your Highness, I bring dreadful tidings. An outbreak of the crystal pox is ravaging the south. Crystal pox? What's that? Most terrible disease, Your Highness. It begins with a rash of boils which slowly and painfully crystallize until the poor victim is sparkling like a diamond. Eventually, sufferer becomes crystalline statue, a painful but admittedly glamorous way to go. How many did? Whole village have been succumbed. This is terribly virulent. Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion. The treasurer. Oh no. Victims of crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they are fully covered in crystals, they are no longer able to spread the disease. Indeed, the pox jewels can be harvested and used in jewelry. If we allowed the pox to spread, we could make money in the south. By the ninth, woman, that is heartless even for you. The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down trade until the waves subside. Is that what you want for the south to lose money? I'm going to put swing votes in here. So after you voted, if you see that, hey, maybe this decision isn't up your speed, you can actually switch the vote. What should be done about the crystal pox spreading in the south? Anyway, personally, I do feel like the vote A would be the best. Because after all, what can more money do except more good? After all, more money, more good. Oh no, voting tied at 1. Oh, money? This is an outrage. How many will die for your greed? How could the council condone this? Next day you deliver a speech declaring that the crystal box is actually a giant hoax and anyone who believes in it is a fool and probably a traitor. Sure enough, this causes box to spread like wildfire. Over the next few months, crystal box ravages not just the south but the entire kingdom with thousands of peasants falling victim. Farms lie fallow. Peasants turn away from God that abandoned them. Oh, this actually dropped faith as well. Hey, that's pretty good. But on the... Holy shit! Hello, Dessa. You have joined the chiefs. On the bright side, you had a sparkling hoarded treasure. In fact, all nobles make a tidy profit. Even the Grande Sumo Petriho makes a little bit of money. Yeah. Damn. 6,000 coins. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Infestation of crawlers. You look like crap, my guy. You need to eat, sleep. Highness, our mutual friend Count Suzuki has discovered a nest of crawlers on the new tract of eastern farmland. Naturally, we chiefs recommend he fill tunnels immediately lest they spread to other regions and endanger our crops, but Suzuki refuses to do so. Peasants have gone missing, your grace. These crawlers are much more dangerous than they appear. Legends speak of crawlers living in the great cities beneath the soil, taking weeks to be consumed. We should leave the land to them. They are not to be trifled with. Marshal, tell me more about these crawlers. Horrible cow-sized worms that live under the earth with tiny clacking legs like centipedes. They are rare but formidable foes. They turn up unpredictably and attack whatever they find before retracting back into the earth. Nothing that well-organized troops can't handle, I'm sure. Assemble the council, then. Thank you, your highness. What's up, Sumo? What did I say? What do you hear? Abandon the fields to the crawlers, fill the holes, and continue farming. Send someone into tunnels to investigate. What shall we do, chat? Send someone into the tunnels. Y'all want a new corpse? What the fuck? What the fuck? Send someone into the tunnels to investigate. Very well. Who will we send on this most unfortunate mission? Has a 0% chance of succeeding because the East has no army. In all fairness, I made a fortune out of the crystal box. I will put a measly 1,000 into this. Sure. We won't let you down, your majesty. This is just the sort of thing we handle. There's a fucking 30 stream streak. What the fuck? What the fuck? That is biased. Bid them farewell. They have a 60% chance of winning. Oh, coming back alive. Unfortunately, as your investigations drop off the face of Celesta, as soon as they leave on their journey to tunnels, Count Suzuki bides his time, but many peasants move away. We lost a 60%er, unfortunately. Good news, your greatness. The new prison is already filled with the brim with cutthroats, burglars and homeless. Why, it's going so swimmingly, we've even started to work on a new wing. Though there is a small problem. While digging for more foundations, builders found a bones in the rock. From the size of the things the beast came from, a lot must be larger than the prison itself. How exquisite. He lowers his voice. The builders are saying that it might be, you know, a flying reptile. No one dares to say the name of these things. It's been 700 years since a dragon has been seen in the kingdom, and back then it was catastrophic. Well, vote away. What should be done with the dragon bones? Drew Count Suzuki? Nice. Goodness, we have so many criminals and murderers that our new prison can't handle more. Are you serious, bro? Not only that, homeless people are fucking put in there. Fucking homeless people are put in there. Like, what the fuck, dude? Chat, my beloveds. Reverse voting. Mizu, fuck you. Oh, poor baby. Carry on building, who cares about some old bones? Don't mess with dragons. Abandon the prison entirely. Well, I do need some stability. Don't mess with them. You expect us simply to leave? Mother of mountains! You quell the chief's glare, but reluctantly they order the builders to leave the prison alone, and it falls into ruin. How beautiful. How beautiful. And that brings us end of season 8? Drew to count as evil, as I will probably be playing as this character. Ooh, hell yeah, hell yeah. Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna... The sparkles. Hell yeah. So I forgot Where is my... There we go. Let's go. End season. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I don't like how they are side by side as well. Your heir pokes in the capital. Susiki, no. Actually, only one person or one state is kind of like getting close to it with 6. I've kept the all quite well in pay. Your Majesty, you recall the bones that were unearthed in the north? Villagers are leaving offerings all over the site, bits of feathers, bowls of milk, all sorts. And now they're meeting there at night, setting fires to appease the reptiles' fury. We must quell this behavior before it gets out of hand. Okay, how should the chiefs handle with the superstitious peasants? Set northern troops to destroy the bones. Let this run its course. Have church priests preach against the superstition. Everything is 50 or 60%. I'm actually not gonna put any laws in this. Y'all get the vote entirely. What happens to the bones or superstition? Let this run its course? I mean, fair. Fair enough. So, chat, remember to hydrate and stretch every now and then. I'm getting some babies in me. Where I see it, they'll get tired of it once their beliefs don't spread over the area. We'll see, we'll see. Voting has closed. Oh! Succeed! In the end, people lose interest in the site and move on. Scavenging animals in the area aren't happy about the lack of offerings, but chiefs are. So, lucky that it actually succeeded, hey? Your heir. The quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My child. The assembled nobles break into polite applause by designating an heir. You've cemented stability in the kingdom. Your Highness, may I be the first to congratulate on your birth of your child. What is their name? Relictus III. The gods are good, your greatness. I'm sure little Relictus III will grow up to be a chip of the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. You just now need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the spy master soon. Who'd you fuck? I fucked my husband. I fucked my husband Frida. I got him empreg. Your Majesty, the crystal pox has spread from the south to capital itself. Hundreds of our citizens have succumbed. Our streets are covered in the glittering statues of the afflicted. Damn. Who's your husband? My husband is a Frida, a dark man from the north. How'd this happen? Well, your majesty, a swift quarantine of the south may have prevented, but the council declined to take action. Council! In any case, a rumor has spread among the peasants. They believe the only cure for the crystal is the monarch touch. What exactly do they mean by that? Exactly what it sounds like. You laying on your hands on one of the infected and, I don't know, blasting them with your royal healing powers? I don't have healing powers. We both know that, but the common folk have always been superstitious about the hidden magic of the monarch. If you don't heal a few of them, they may storm the palace just to get their hands on you, or rather your hands on them. I hate this. I suggest we look to the council for guidance. Oh no. Said council like dad cursing his neighbor in fairly apparent. Should the monarch heal the crystal pox patients, or should they hide away from the mob? Monarch should lay hands upon a token few of the infected. Monarch should lay hands upon as many infected as possible. Triple the security around the palace until all this blows over. We should let the crystal pox run its course. Start voting, my lovely, start voting. Do you want me to put my hands on them? Or do you want me to hide away? Did all of you just learn to suddenly read? What is this? I was fully expecting y'all to be like, alright, go and put your hands on them. I was fully fucking expecting it. I have always clocked the reference. Oh, you haven't. You haven't. You got it like at the tail end of the first time around when I was playing with it. But on this round, yes, you have. They didn't want you to get box and die. I'm surprised as well, yeah, you know. Voting tied at 0. Okay, I love and would making as much as possible next time, but man, he's a bastard. And that's why you love him. I'm going to cement myself as the God Emperor. I will lay my hands upon as many as possible. Yes! The next day you ride out the capital's central square and find a swarming mass of peasants waiting. They are red-sided, encrusted with oozing boils and crystalline growths, climbing over each other in the eagerness to reach you. Touch me, your majesty. Cure us, save us. You walk out amongst them and lay your hands out as many as you can. They bow and scrape and thank you for your kindness, but there are thousands of them. While they may be polite, their sheer numbers are terrifying. Still, somehow, City Watch keeps order. At the end of the day, you head back to palace, exhausted to your very bones. Turns out you can't really cure it. crystal box continues to ravage capital, but the legend of your personal intervention spreads far and wide. Soon half the kingdom believes you in your healing touch. When box finally passes, gemstones litter the streets, but the people are too busy mourning to pick them up. The treasurer has her servants collect them under the cover of darkness. Extra 1k, let's go, we broke 6k! Money, 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 money! Damn, we're fucking rich. Anyway, ladies, gentlemen, and NB folk alike, please, I implore of you to start your auctioning. Take a look at what you have in here. We have rocking of the stability, which might help. The auction hasn't started yet. My eager Suzuki. It has not started. Now it has. Now you can. And also do remember, you can vote with as little as possible to get the top 2. Oh, it's not vote, it's fund. It's a different one for the auctioning. There you go. So, faith and military. It is... If any of the chiefs were awake, they would have a collective of almost 10,000 to play around. And time is up. Fortress and Observatory have been funded. Not funding with Mutsinkumpi. Valid. Crawler problem. Oh, I want to see how this plays. It's been many moons since we last heard from the adventures we sent in the tunnels of Count Suzuki's land. We must act before this crawler menace spreads to other regions. Peasants disappear and sinkholes swallow villages whole while Suzuki hides in his castle and does nothing. Belligerent fool! Imagine their retaliation if we anger them directly. I would rather abandon my estate. Huh. How should the council deal with the crawler nest in the east? Pay Conte Sundale Slayer to host Count Suzuki as he abandons the area. Gather the chiefs to fight the menace in the open fields. Evacuate everyone from the area, including the peasants. Do nothing and see if the crawlers retreat on their own. I will allow you to swing votes on this. Go ahead. What happens? No. Only one evacuating. Wow. Wow. Not caring for the peasants. How typical of noble blood. How typical of noble blood. Really? We might be seeing Suzuki the second soon enough. Because that's a... that I feel like is the surefire way to get yourself... You want this man to win? What do you mean? I'm nowhere close to winning. He needs to be humbled. I'm not sure what you mean. I am but a humble man. And after all, this is Suzuki's own land, so I will respect it. Cocky bastard. Where? Huh? Ooh. Some counts curse the council's inaction, but you decide to wait. Eventually the creatures withdraw of their own accord, leaving behind swathes of terrified peasants with missing family members and horrific stories. But Count Suzuki is not so lucky. His castle is found abandoned with no clue as to where he went. I so fucking clocked it. Count Suzuki has died. Suzuki II has joined the council. So, even though you died, you are still in the game. As you can see here, you just have the number dos. Your ambition. The end game. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a peacekeeper. You've succeeded on that front. The kingdom is peaceful, and you're renowned for your mercy and wisdom. Well done, your majesty. But shut down your noble scheming for good. We need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. Common folk are a sleeping giant that even nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare to overthrow you for fear of revolution. My advice, on the other hand, would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own, but Council has other ideas. It would be so fucking easy to win with trade. Chiefs having 10 already is insane. I'm going to take up the challenge. I won't go the easy win route. Fucking challenge me, chat. A wise decision, your majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout out about your achievements to the masses. But first, you need some actual achievements. Your priority is to rise to kingdom stability and overall farming as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Please, fight me. Hey, it's Suzuki II. Your Majesty, the situation in the east is dire. Our peasant levies have suffered dreadfully in the last few seasons, and now are refusing to serve any future military action. I'm worried for the safety of my fellow counts. Yes, I'm his son, totally. We must bolster our dwindling forces in the east. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? You know what? I will just let you vote. I will not touch this. I don't have to. Even if you take a measly 1,500 of my treasury. That doesn't even hurt me. That does not even hurt me. Can't touch this. Oh! Tate Kimi. Joo, aimon. Fucking Gojo. Yeah. I mean, it barely hurts me. Mercenaries. I'm not usually one to trust them, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Counts would soon come around to the idea, particularly after the would-be peasant rebellion is swiftly and brutally crushed. Not a few weeks into their tenure. So what if the eastern peasantry are more disgruntled than ever? The counts continue to sit on their lofty castles and spend their days happily not caring a lick what their serfs have to say. Stay in your fucking place, peasants! Amen to that. And this has bring us to the end of season 9. Can we canonize Count Sasuke being short? I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that. I feel like the Sasuke the second being a little bit shorter because, well, necromancy took its toll on somewhere. It just snapped a little bit of his height. Honestly, at this stage, I don't feel like taxing anyone all that bad. It just comes after his father a lot. Fair enough, fair enough. The Stone Maiden. The Stone Maiden, huh? Behold, your majesty. Grande Dark Black pulls aside a tauple to reveal a granite statue of Grande Sumu Petrico. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression a frozen... Oh. Oh, Dark Black, what did you do to Sumo? Huh? A sad sight, is it not? That's not a statue, is it? Astutely observed, your majesty. This is all that remains of my fellow Grande. It seems a Stone Maiden is about the south. Damn. Fuck! I fucked it up! Don't look at me! Hello, Colibri. How are you doing, my love? Hello, baby. I will... I will not take a look at what you wrote then. But hello, Coley. What the fuck? You're the best among us. You are. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Isn't there a fairy tale about a Stone Maiden? Old women scare their children with the tales of her, yes. She's a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Grande Sumu on their latest vineyard inspection. We're gonna take a fat piece, a piece, queen. Yeah, Sumo's fucking dead, dog. It wasn't even my fault. That was not even my fault. That is a little bit too much. Anyway, let us have a vote. What can be done to stop the Stone Maiden before she petrifies someone else? Merry Christmas, sluts. Jingle balls, come his all the way. I hope Santa came last night and left you his big package, or were you naughty this year? It'll be White Christmas when you paparam come, my little comer boy. You can be a dancer and vixen, and I'll be Comet with the mistletoe. Oh, there you go, Coley. I'm so proud of you, baby. I'm so proud of you. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful Grimbus. Christ. It wasn't even my fault, means I can't even take credit for it. Exactly! I can't even take credit for a murder that I didn't commit. I am an honorable bastard. Voting has closed. Tell everyone in the south to hide. That is not a solution, that is pure cowardice. It may be cowardly, but it works. The Stone Maiden wanders around the south aimlessly, finding nothing but barred doors and shuttered windows. At long last, she retreats to her lair deep underground and falls asleep once more. But weeks of stillness have devastated Southern Academy, and a lot of grandees got very into baking sourdough. Okay. Well, I hope the South isn't too sour about that. Ambition, beloved. Your Majesty, the common folk are swayed as easily as dandelion in a gale. I'm confident that we can make them adore you. This will be the biggest public relations campaign the kingdom has ever seen. You'll tour the kingdom giving speeches. Town criers will declaim your great deeds from every corner. Can't we actually do things to help? Nobles would never accept it. You need to secure your hold on power, then you can pass whatever your reforms you like. A few days later, Chancellor is helping you prepare for your first big speech. The peasants demand my presence. You're hustled out into the on the palace balcony, below which a sea of expectant and unwashed faces gaze upon. As you step out in the view, they erupt with cheers. Hats are thrown in the air. Someone faints with joy. So everywhere you've gone, you've met the same reception. The public like you. They really like you. But you need to turn that into love. It's a 50-50% chance. Give your speech. Fuck! I lost the coin flip. As you launch into your speech, the peasants start to chat amongst themselves. Half of the crowd drifts away in debris and drubs. You don't make much of an impression. Oh dear. Better luck next time, Your Majesty. More of these speeches you give, the better you'll be received. To improve your chances of victory, focus on increasing kingdom stability and farming as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. So you have now 2 seasons to try to decapitate me, pretty much. Oh, that's bad. That's doubly bad. One evening at the dinner with the royal consort Frida, the marshal stamps into the room. She salutes you before slamming down a sheaf of papers on the table. And what's this? Crimes on the rise in the east, Your Majesty. The Counts report spate robberies on the highways and on the estates. Frida leaves through the papers. Surely the Count should take responsibility for dealing with this. This must be stamped out. Marshal salutes smartly. Yes, Your Majesty, I'll send a few more people over there. She marches out, leaving you and Frida to your dinner. That's bad. The Chiefs are suddenly back in the game. The kingdom's on breakup collapsing and the council is calling for monarch's advisors to resign. If we want them gone, we need to increase pressure. Once monarchs are in a weak enough position, they've got no choice but to bow to our demands. No more interfering spymaster, no more marshal or the councillor or treasurer, a whole new inner circle all made of chiefs. For the next stage of their scheme, chiefs must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Can I get a praise for this next Matrix attempt? Ah yes. Moment of silence for Gonmas to get the Onukusi that he desires. There we go. We have praised. Hordling attack. Bad mushrooms. A criminal captured. Let's go hordling. Your Highness, I'm ruined. Hordlings have occupied my vineyard and driven my stuff away. What's a hordling? Grubby little creatures, like fat green babies with claws. Hard to kill. Fire is the only way to get rid of them permanently. Whatever you do, we should do it soon. They're eating all of my grapes. I'll assemble the Gaungel. Nice, bless you, Your Highness. Anyway. Burn the vineyard with holdlings inside. Strong-arm the other grandees into sending military help. Hire adventurer from guild to investigate. Anyway, it's A or B. All up the thing. You want to burn your fellow grandees' vineyards? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But do you need farming to win? I already have enough farming to win. No! That vineyard is my livelihood! But the hodling infestation is no single person's problem. If they were to spread, they could ruin homes and businesses across the south. The vineyard, and half of hillside with it, is lit like the sun. Damn. Damn. That cost Rona 1.3k. Once Grandi Rona's wealth goes up in smoke, it's not long before they've turned into begging on the streets of Aranja. Well, you made one of your own into a beggar. I hope you're happy. The Marshal hurries in, pale with worry. Your Majesty, you remember the rise of crime in the East? Yes, I do. We've found the leader of the brigands, Your Majesty, and there's no delicate way putting this. It's your spouse! Frida tilts the head defiantly. Frida, you wouldn't... I can't apologize for what I've done right this second, but I will apologize for keeping it from you. Royal Consort Frida has been riding around the eastern countryside at the head of gang of ruffians, attacking coaches and breaking into manor houses. Obviously I'll be discreet, but I had to come to you and let you know. When did you even find the time? All that time you thought I was an appeal to revenge. My family has a blood feud with one of the eastern families. It's centuries old. I couldn't dishonor my ancestors by letting this go. I'll leave you to sort it out, eh? As she leaves, Frida faces you. Counts needed taking down a peg. What are you going to do? Make me stop? I thought opposite attract, why are they both bastards? You see, I am not a bastard. I'm something worse. Frida like an Aussie or something based on the real person? It might be just randomized from the game. Just like all of the NPCs are. Confess it's you and apologize. Frida puts out an announcement confessing that they are responsible for highway attacks in the East. Grudgingly, they apologize for their actions. Oh, wait for the response. Lost the 70%? I lost 70% there. Damn. Outrage spread throughout the East and beyond. Your spouse is so unpopular that when they go out, commoners set their dogs on them. In the end, Frida decides to stay in the palace for a while. Clearly, in the life of reformed Vigilant is a tricky one to navigate, and they blame you for their troubles. Well, bad mushrooms. Shit. Well, 4 times the charm, hey Gonmas. I believe. Bad news, Your Highness. The northern common folk are starving. Predictable, aye, huh. But in their starvation, they have turned to foraging ice mushrooms to survive. This particular variety is delicious and filling, but makes one very ill. After brief recovery, all seems well. I don't like where this is going. Next morning, the unfortunate soul rise from their bed in a fugue state, wandering streets though touched by a demon. Then they drop dead. This mushroom is so dangerous that my servant is called 6 Gods' Bane. Sounds rather useful. Oh, well, couldn't comment on that. If we can't get more food in the north, we should be able to tell peasants what this 6 God Bane looks like. Well, this is gonna be... What should be done with the deadly 6 God's Bane? Pay the chiefs to harvest mushroom for the spymaster. Other nobles must send aid to north. and ensure the people know how to recognize Six Gods Bane. What if we and add the north and eastern counties? That could be, yeah. But hey, go ahead. Start voting. It's all up to you. Oh, would you look at that? Farming's gonna get increased. Would you look at that? Fucking bottle. Thank you. Oh, there we go. The counts and grandees aren't thrilled with the expense, but chiefs are delighted indeed. Meanwhile, the peasants stop resorting to Six Gods Bane and collapsing in the streets. Hopefully, North will continue its recovery. Well. Ding. Should I turn my name purple temporarily? If you want to. Oh. When the fuck did you can't start to rebel? Or be able to? Well. Just for these dreams though? Hell yeah, hell yeah. So, we have a 40% chance of ending the game here. Let's roll those dice. As you launch into your speech, boos and jeers double in intensity. A hurled brick shatters against the wall and your officers push you back inside. The speech unfinished. Oh well. Panic in the council. Hello, Suzuki. Your Majesty, I bring bad news from the east. We are receiving reports of... I'm sure your news can wait. I bring urgent items from the south that demands monarch attention at once. Wait your turn, you ignorant dolt. Why don't you settle your quarrel outside? Meanwhile, I have news from the north that is really urgent. God, you're all giving me a headache. Eastern courts are corrupt, your grace. Judges are letting off the vilest criminals in return for slightest bit of coin. Is that all? Upon my honor, the cities of South are being consumed with riots on a weekly basis. Our citizens want to overthrow the monarch and elect a more competent ruler. My news is worse still. North is increasingly lawless, your majesty. Some chiefs have taken advantage, declaring themselves independent of your rule. All these problems have arisen because the kingdom is increasingly more unstable. Something must be done. What do you suggest? Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle all these problems as one. We must vote which matter to prioritize. Well, what do... honestly... let's see... There we go. Reform the eastern courts or send troops back in the independent chiefs back in the kingdom. What shall it be? Why are you swearing to fuck? What has fuck done to you? The corrupt Eastern judges are stubborn. When you try to remove them from their post, they retaliate by enforcing all the awful forgotten laws that everyone had agreed to ignore. Suddenly, merchants are legally required to wear blindfolds on weekends, and every coin must be passed under the nose of her cat before it is spent. Trade grinds to a halt. Once the stupid law is repealed, you enact crucial legal reforms. No more corruption in the East, or at least less of it. Crisis in the East has been quashed, making kingdom as a whole slightly more stable, but nobles of other regions feel like you're ignoring their problems. Girlfriend lives good 7 hours away from me? Yeah. Fair. That is rough. As usual, Frida has spent the day praying and listening to sermons at St. Bertrand's Cathedral as far from you as possible. But after you've eaten your separate dinners, they approach you looking worried but resolute. I've endured this so-called marriage as long as I could bear, but I simply can't do it! Am I getting divorced? Your greatness, it's time we part ways. I want a divorce. Thank the ninth, now we can stop pretending. Pretending? Gods be good if you've been pretending you haven't been doing it very well. I'm not used to be going back on my beliefs, but you forced me to confess what I was doing against the East in front of the whole kingdom. It was terrible. This was never going to work. It's over now, for good or ill. I called the Archbishop to witness divorce ceremony. Yes, well, good evening, Your Majesty. I know this is awkward, but I'll ensure all goes smoothly as possible. Does the Archbishop ever make things less awkward? I live to serve, Your Majesty. All you serve is fucking foul pickled toes on toast and call it a delicacy, you fucking old prune! Alright, let's get this done, Your Highness. Could all use footlong right now. Real. You can't divorce me, I'm divorcing you. Divorce be with you. Achievement. Alright. You are now divorced in the eyes of the kingdom. Thank the ninth. Soon, Frida is ready to leave. I'm glad we could work this out amicably. Farewell, Your Greatness. Then they're gone, leaving you in the palace with no one but little relic the third, your honor guard, your huge household of servants, palace watch, and your inner circle of advisors, practically alone. Word quickly gets out. The kingdom is shaken by the news. Capital and beyond, everyone's gossiping about what happened. Gods be good. Your Majesty, you rejected my dear freedom, my own blood. This is an outrage. Sorry, Lonkero. Sorry. Actually, they divorced me. That's not the point. I and my fellow chiefs worked so hard to put the dowry together for Frida. Tailored the outfit, prepared the feast. Now that the marriage is dissolved, I pretend the monarch to refund the cost of the wedding. Well, that's annoying. Should the cost of the wedding be refunded to Chief Lonkerahatto? And over capital's best farm animals as an alternate gift to refund the cost of the wedding, Monarch will hand over nothing. The monarch will hand over nothing. Gods be good, this is an insult not just to my family but all chiefs. As anger grows in the north, you hear whispers that some believe that you were in the right for standing your ground. Hopefully your supporters will win out. Meanwhile, Lonkerahatto is forced to put up Frida in an estate, which turns to be a great expense. For a game about a medieval king being, there's not a lot of beheading. Chat has been trying, however, Chat is failing. They busy themselves with improving the North's standing at the cost of all the other regions, but that's no longer your concern. And end the season. That's not quite how it works. Oh, it did. Join. I actually put you in. What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyway, we are now at the auction stage. What do people want to buy? I usually give head, not take waste. What? For real. I don't know, I feel like we really do need an observatory or a library. They're 101. That's diabolical. It's not too late for the faith. Quite literally, faith is literally just there. If you get this, you would have actually made it. You actually did made it. So, hell yeah. That was fucking last millisecond snipe. Good job. The angry mob. One morning, as you make your way to the council hall, a mob of furious peasants surround your carriage. They pelt the windows with rotten fruit and loudly blame you for everything wrong with the kingdom. Down with the monarch! Poke your head out the window. Well-aimed tomato splats your forehead. You duck back into the carriage and wait for a soldier to quell the riot. Soldiers have difficulties, however. Protect the monarch, protect the... His words are cut off as he's dragged from his horse and beaten into fine paste. The growing mob surrounds your stagecoach and begins rocking it back and forth. Your Majesty, make a break for it before they tip the carriage over. We'll stay here and hold them off. Warriors have their axes and form a ring around you, sheltering you as you scuttle for safety. Stone rain down like a hail, but you make it back to palace unharmed. This is an outrage, your grace. First riots and looting in the capital, now attacks upon your royal person. Our realm is on the verge of collapse. People are afraid. The rule of law has broken down. Peasants are demanding higher wages and more rights. Yes, but we obviously can't allow that. So what do we do? What's the best way to control the riots? Declare martial law, round up all the rioters and hang them. Mizu, do you do ASMR, by the way? I have done a little bit. But not a lot. Most likely mostly due to not having many scripts that I've been like, yeah, that could be fun. But I should do more. Really? Off with their heads, huh? Really? Voting has closed. Authority succeeded. Your soldiers face heavy resistance from the rioters, and hundreds of troops are killed. Others desert to avoid fighting their own fellow citizens. But the result is inevitable. Hundreds of peasant corpses hanging from the giblets are left to rot along the monarch's road as the dire warning. The riots die down. The common folk are terrified, but there are fewer peasants to work the fields. Greedy northern merchants are taking advantage of cheap southern labor, your highness, exploiting our natural resources and putting our trading companies out of business. They're vultures! Vultures! Is it really such a problem? This is just business. Oh my god, hello, flashback to goddamn Cinder. It's just business! Oh. Gotta make sure. What are we as players supposed to do? So, currently, you, as a count, are supposed to be getting your faith to 4 or less. You are supposed to scheme. Did you ever look up the 1000-page document? I read through it. What should be done about the northern merchants exploiting the south? Kick out the chiefs and put trading companies back in the southern lands. Monarch will buy up northern trading companies. It's just business, baby. Honestly, start the vote. It's more where there were a lot of parties in the wrong. However, little too late, little too little. I mean, sure. Monarch will buy up the northern trading companies. You buy up all the northern companies in the south. Dye factories, olive groves, textile mills. It all goes to the crown. Gods be good, this is outrageous. I was the one who made this business profitable and now I'm expected to accept this paltry payoff? A few weeks of chaos ensue as you replace management, but after that the businesses start raking in a nice little profit. I thought it was reversed, my brain's fuzzy. It was in fact not. Your Majesty, I don't want to alarm you, but I've noticed something very peculiar recently. The spoons in the castle, they're disappearing. I've noticed that too. It may be harmless prank, but I have suspicions. Throw away rest of your spoons out of spite. Much to your household surprise and annoyance, you decide to throw out all your spoons. If you can't have them, you won't give someone else the satisfaction of stealing them. A few weeks go by until the forks go missing instead. The lack of culture leaves you eating with your bare hands and cursing the fool that thinks this is funny. That's funny as fuck, honestly. And we end the season. Up in the north, Chief Longerhatter has gathered his fellow plotters for a hike through the mountains. Council demanded a shake-up, but Monarch resisted all the calls to replace their advisors. There's a little we can do while Monarch holds out, but something tells me their position is not as strong as they think. Chiefs aim to lower authority to 4 or less. Whispers rise in the east of secret society gatherings, shrouded in mystery. In an abandoned tower beneath pale moonlight, one such meeting begins. Another priest left my estate today. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost. I've heard the same across the east. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb. Now we must not falter. If Monarch grows proud, we can offer them ultimate reward. Immortality. For the next stage of their scheme, counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 3 seasons. Okay. When do we get tax profit? I mean, you don't really, but at the same time you do. Oh yeah, that is... Are any chiefs still here? I don't think they've been here for a while. I don't think they've been here for a while. Hence why... Thank you. Actually, no. Let's do it this way. You lot are going to be annoying anyway. Honestly, I'll just tax you for the fuck of it. There's no point in trying to make amends with you lot. And for the counts, we can actually give some money. The counts will have my back. Oh, nice. The Chief Architect. Your Majesty, there is a horde of hoardlings in the sewers beneath the capital. They're the ones who have been stealing our spoons. And not just the monarch spoons, but the whole cities. Oh, that's a different... Okay. Huh. What should be done about the hoardling infestation in the sewers? Send in Monarch's Honor Guard to root them out, or block off the sewers and leave the hoardlings down there. Honestly, Honor Guard would be the reasonable play. Because leaving them off will just fuck up everything. But as per usual, Grandiers are being a pain in my ass. especially when I try to be nice to them, and even my beloved Count is betraying me. I see how it is. You order all entrance to sewers be blocked. This proves massively unpopular, of course, as there is now nowhere for anyone to empty their chamber pots, and streets are soon clogged with filth. Though the capital must sacrifice some small luxury, you'll no longer worry about your spoons. I was nice to you in the beginning, but then you did decisions that fucked me. So then, I just gave you what you deserved. Time for another speech, Your Majesty. The peasants are waiting outside your balcony. As you launch into your speech, indifference turns into rapt attention. The peasants are hanging on to your every word. The crowd grows and grows. When you wrap up, the peasants' cheering is so loud you're nearly knocked over. Oh, well done, Your Majesty. That went brilliantly. Everyone loves me. Not quite everyone, Your Majesty. Up until now, your speeches were confined to the capital. Now is the time to take the show on the road. Over the next few weeks, you travel all over Kingdom, delivering the same exact speaks back to packed venues. Everywhere you go, you're greeted by cheers and applause. Things are going wonderfully. The common folk of the East want to throw you a surprise banquet to celebrate your achievements. I'm not a party person. Well, you are now. This is a sign that you are the true monarch of the people, Your Majesty. This has nothing to do with the nobles, it's all about the ordinary folk, the salt of the earth. Exactly as I wanted. I'm so glad, Your Majesty. There's another check I need to pass. Await your invitation. After a few weeks, Council slides in the office looking very pleased with themselves. Your Majesty, the townsfolk of the East are ready for you to visit. Ah yes, my surprise party. That's right, Your Majesty, please keep up the pretense. You make your preparations to leave. Although it's meant to be a surprise, you may as well bring some essential luxuries. You step into the carriage and the council settles opposite of you, along with the Relictus III and their nanny. This is very nice, don't you think? Very nice indeed. I'm so glad you agree, Your Majesty. Little Relictus III makes Chancellor play increasingly undignified make-believe games on the journey. You finally arrive in the eastern capital. Everywhere the people line the streets and hang out of the windows cheering your procession. Count Suzuki II stalks up to you and bows, his smile very rigid. Greetings, Your Grace. How good to see you. Surprise. Oh, for me? The Eastern serfs have decided they support the crown so much they've put a party in your honor. They love me that much? It was a surprise for all of us. Voices of praise follow you as you travel the banquet hall. Townsfolk will throw flower petals in your path. Count Suzuki II's face is like thunder. When you enter banquet hall, the national anthem strikes up and even more cheering arises. The hall is filled with the eastern townsfolk, and there are also common folk from all across the kingdom. Northern warriors below their support. Council looks stunned. I had no idea everyone had gotten together for this. They love me, they really love me. Of course they do, you're the monarch. The people roar in approval. You spend a week in the East, feasting and drinking and breaking bread with the commoners. But you can't be on holiday forever. Eventually you return to the capital, where council is in session. Nobles are arguing again. By the old gods, we must have coin from the treasury. I found an ancient law stating that North is entitled funds from northern sporting activities. No, we need the gold for our businesses. The peasants aren't working hard enough and we're losing momentum. You think back to the gathered peasants, tradespeople and merchants, all cheering for you. So many of them cheering for you. Be quiet and let me make the decision. The nobles gasp and mutter amongst themselves. You hear one of them say something nervously about the commoners. Yes, your majesty, of course. Oh, even over a single day it becomes clear that the nobles are running scared. You have so much support from the ordinary people across the kingdom that the nobles have realized just how outnumbered they really are. Council sessions become smooth, quiet and efficient as you sweep through any objections. The kingdom grows truly harmonious. Even your crown feels lighter on your head when you put it on each morning. Your reign stretches out in front of you, full of hope and ready for a bright future. The monarch is victorious. The chief's attempt to replace the monarch's advisors never panned out. One night, Chief's longer hut awoken, smiling spymaster holding a knife to his throat and kindly asking him to desist. That's hard. With the plans in tatters, counts retreated to their castle's brood. Their olive branches were rejected, a secret of eternity that they had guarded for aeons. They would not be so kind again. The Grande's attempt to worm their way in the palace was uncovered and the number of arrests was made. Grande the Dark Black ended his life chained upside down the dungeon wall. It's nice to be loved, especially when you're loved by the entire kingdom. Monarch Relic II rode a surge of public adoration for another 15 years of carousing, feasting and popular reform, which were promptly undone after their passing, but the peasants thought it was nice while it lasted. Not bad. The wealthiest and the poorest being in the Grandes. Fucking Christ, honestly. The treasury was huge. Well, as they say, a GG, baby. One can only consolidate their own wealth at little times like this. Fair, fair. I do want to check the achievements that I got that round. Beloved by people, divorce be with you, saving for rainy day, and meet the new boss. Oh, want a game with 6,000 gold or more in your treasury is a 2% achievement. People living in the fucking dowries over there. Absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, that round took nearly 3 hours, damn. And yes, whenever you do the customization, you should do it for all of them. I don't know why mine's reset again. That's fucking weird. But You can also make the shields as well. I just realized that myself. Oh, there we go. That's the regular dude that I usually have. Why did that change into the correct one? What the fuck? Went in with the necromancy team. Nice. We'll just quickly remake all of this. There we go. I mean, access do work for you as well, but I'll have something that fits me. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't think I'll be going for a second round because honestly, my throat is a little bit hoarse after already the first one. But I will most likely try to start making this into somewhat weekly of a thing. So can at least get further along. I feel like you fit the best. For them. There we go. I forgot to modify my boy in here. But yeah, no. My boy. Yes. My chunky lad. And then the last one. The King of Hyrule? Oh? What? Yes, Fire Brick Glory. Amen to that. Oh, fair enough. I kinda don't like the mask, I'm gonna be real. The mask makes you... Nah. There we go. Now we have everything up to speed proper. Fabulous. But yeah, I think being beloved by the people and having a divorce in the same run is genuinely so fucking funny. That is genuinely so fucking funny. But it is only 6 p.m. I could make today into a double stream day. So stop here for now, and then in couple hours start Minecrafting or whatnot. Most likely Minecrafting. Because the one run of King of the Castle, genuinely absolute fucking cinema. Genuinely absolute cinema. I could not have asked for a better game. Y'all actually are starting to be better at genuinely challenging me. And I'm so very proud of y'all. And I am so very proud of y'all. But honestly, hell yeah. I see Valky streaming something called Jumping Jazz Cats. And honestly, I feel like that is just the absolute perfect energy to go ahead and raid on over to. Is it just me or did it get it hotter in my room? But indeed. Normally I would say thank you for watching and I'll see you tomorrow. However, I'll see you later today with some Minecrafting, most likely. I will not give it 100%, but perhaps. We'll see, we'll see. If not, then at least tomorrow there is going to be... Alright, tomorrow was entirely undetermined as well. So we will see. We will see. And then on Saturday, I think I have a collab, I'm not sure. But thank you all for watching. I love and appreciate each and every one of you so incredibly much. And if not later today, then tomorrow I will see you again. Till then, remember to get yourself some water, food, stretch, and most importantly of all, rest. I will see you babies later. Bye bye.